Okay, let's bring in Dennis Schröder. We understand Dennis. Are you at the airport? Where are you at, man?
Yeah, I'm at the airport.
What's going on, Dennis? Okay, so obviously we got to start with the game last night. It was a tough one. A lot of discussion around your performance from yesterday's game. Take us through it from your perspective. What did you see from the game last night, especially down the stretch?
I mean, first half was great. I mean, we had 20, I think, assists as a team. But I think in the third and fourth quarter, we lost the game, or I lost the game there. Even end of the fourth quarter. I mean, I just didn't bring it on the defensive end, offensive end. Just me being competitive, and I got to be honest, look in the mirror, and there was my game I lost, and I apologize to the team, to everyone, because that's not who I am. But I'm always honest to myself, and I got to be better.
Dennis, I appreciate that level of accountability you're having here with us and with the team. This is maybe hard to answer, but what is the process like for you coming out of a game like that, into practice today, into the flight today? Are you a big, hey, I got to watch back my film guy? Are you trying to flush it? Do you want to sit with that for a little bit as kind of, motivation for the next game? How do you process a rough night?
I mean, everybody can have rough nights, but at the end of the day, my family, my kids, being around them, I mean, it's basketball at the end of the day. Of course, I want to give everything I have every single night. Some nights you don't have it. I don't want to have, a lot of nights like that, because I take a lot of pride in my work, what I do. But I mean, the most important in my life, is my family. So end of the day, being around them, before I went to practice, then letting my teammates know, that I didn't mean to have a bad game, but we are athletes. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we win as much games as possible. But I mean, I didn't have it, and I just got to bounce back from that. I apologize to the team. It's like, listen, that wasn't my best night, but it's not going to be like that no more. So everybody just got to look in the mirror, like I said, flush this one. I still watch a lot of film. Still try to get better, watch a lot of NBA games as well. So I just try to learn every single day, try to get better, at basketball. And yeah, I mean, flush that one because there was some trash. But we are going to be, ready for tomorrow.
Dennis, when you said you said you apologized to the team, what did the teammates say about that? Like what's their response?
I mean, that was appreciative. I mean, they took it great. They said, listen, we all in that together. It was great to hear that as well, because, I try to bring this team together, and we still working on that team chemistry a little bit, 21 games in, but the next 19 games is going to, kind of identify who we are as a team, and I think we got to make a big push here now, because we are a winning organization, and the organization, front office, president, owner, they want us to win games. So we got to get it together.
Dennis, you mentioned the chemistry component last night. There was the closeout, but you guys also dug a bit of a hole early on. Darko was asked after the game if he's considered any lineup changes at all, changing the rotation pattern. Do you guys ever practice that, or do you pretty much just run as the starting five when you guys are going through practices and scenarios and things like that?
I mean, practice is almost not always the same, but of course you got some different lineups out there because it's practice, everybody getting to know each other. But at the end of the day, like I said to my teammates, everybody as an individual got to look in the mirror, because I mean, that game last night was on me for sure at the end. But I mean, we still got 12 guys out there, plus a coach, plus the organization. At the end of the day, everybody just got to look in the mirror, be better on the defensive end, guarding one-on-one, be in shifts, follow the system and the game plan, And when we do that, we're capable of beating good teams, and we just gotta, stick to it.
Dennis, not to linger, this is the last question I'm going to ask you on last night, but when you have a tough night, do you avoid social media? Because I think for people like us, we're on social media like pretty much all the time. It's part of our jobs. It's like an overwhelming amount of response. And I can only imagine how much you get as an athlete. So what is your approach to dealing with that after a tough game or even after a good game?
No, I mean, I do the same thing. I mean, that's not gonna define me if I post if my drop tomorrow coming out, for that stuff, my closing line or a YouTube video dropping. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I said, it's still the same energy, I mean, to have 82 games in the season in 6 months, what you're putting on your body, the pressure, all the fans who's out there try to cheer for you. I mean, it comes a lot, with being a professional athlete and playing in the NBA. So at the end of the day, I'm grateful, of course, but it's not going to change if I have a bad game or I lost the game. I'm gonna still keep the same energy. Same energy when I got to the arena today, to the facility. Being around my teammates, it's still the same thing. I mean, I've been here 11 years now, so
Yeah.
no, go ahead. 11 years, and I mean, if somebody outside of my teammates and my family telling me I can't do nothing, I don't need to hear it because they probably never been on that court and did something. So at the end of the day, I know who I can trust, who I can talk to, and I know what I'm capable of. So you got to be confident. So I mean, that's about it.
Dennis, you mentioned a couple minutes ago that these next 19 games will kind of define who you guys are. I know you talked about that at practice the other day as well. When you look at what this team's done so far and what you guys could be at the midway point or heading into the trade deadline, what do you think is the potential of this group?
I mean, like I said before, I mean, coming into training camp, I think we got, so much talent, so much people, who can play different roles defensively, how we can change up things. I think we can make it really, really tough on teams. But like I said, it comes with a sacrifice for everyone, putting the ego to the side, starting with me, being together more, enjoy togetherness. And if we do that, then sky's the limit. I don't even put a goal on it, but I think the next 19 games, how we, approach the games on the defensive side of the ball as well. And it starts with me picking up full court, 94 feet, and making sure everybody's engaged. We got to do that. And if we do that, then, like I said, sky's the limit.
Yeah. Another thing around the team that I wanted to get to. So this has become a big headline this week, but Darko said he would treat the team to dinner for after 3 wins. Now, this became like a big thing on social media once again. Sorry to go back to this all the time. Can you take us behind this? Like, whose idea was this? And also, is that a motivating factor as a player to hear something like that?
I mean, to get dinner, to get free meals, always.
Okay.
But
right.
At the end of the day, no, I mean, we want to take our job serious. Coach is always great about, coming together as a team, having dinner. And I think that's another thing what I want to take, more pride of and want to do more of it, being together off the court as well. When we get to Charlotte tonight, try to find something where we can eat dinner together as a team, just to come together, talk about life, talk about kids, family, whatever. Can be investments, or it can be a lot of things where we can talk about just to get to know the person, who you go to battle with every single night. And like I said, I'm from Europe. That's what we do there, kind of with the national team. That's how we got to our success. And when everybody, I think, really trusts in that, I think it's going to be really, really scary. But everybody got to buy into that.
Yeah, I get that. I want to pivot away and ask about your former team. The Lakers are into the semifinals of the in-season tournament. I just want to ask, do you still keep in touch with those guys? I know obviously you speak really fondly about, guys like LeBron, guys like Austin Reeves. Do you still keep in touch with those guys? Because they're in Vegas now.
Yeah, I mean, I stay in contact, of course, with them. We was in Cleveland together when we played against Cleveland. They had a back-to-back, and the Lakers was in town. And of course, I keep in touch with them. Great relationships. One second. I mean, great relationships. I mean, like I said, basketball is always the. I mean, that's what we do for a job. But all the relationships you keep, all the friendships. That's the most important, and the family. And I think. I mean, I watched the game, of course, as well. Was really happy for AR.
All right, I think we might have lost Dennis's connection.
Love what they're doing over there. Of course.
There we go. Yeah, sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We got you now. You're saying you're happy for AR, man, who hit the
you
big
didn't hear
three.
Nothing what I just said?
No, I heard the AR. You say AR hit that big three. He did. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the connection.
That's all good.
I mean, AR, did a great job, and I was really, really happy about it. But like I said, friendship in the NBA, being around those guys, they became family kind of to me. So, of course, I love what they're doing over there, and I love, that they went to Vegas, and I'm gonna watch the games today and tomorrow. I think it is. Yeah, tomorrow and no, tonight and the day after, watching that, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, no doubt. I guess the last thing on the in-season tournament was, how much was it on your mind, the 500K? Just because this is all people talk about on the broadcast. They keep saying Vegas is on the line, 500K is on the line. When you went into these in-season tournament games, did you think in the back of your mind, like, yo, if we win 4 of these, we got 500K?
I mean, everybody was in the locker room, of course, talking about it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still a regular season game, and
Okay.
I think it keeps people engaged early. That people, the in-season tournament is kind of like a playoff game because it's a knockout round after that, and I think it's a great thing for the league, and it makes it really competitive. And of course, 500,000 it's a big number, for for each person, and that motivates for sure as well.
Yeah, I would have loved a chance ever in my life to see that kind of number. But we're gonna let you go, man. You're gonna catch your flight. Maybe get a Starbucks or something. But we'll call you next week, Dennis, and hopefully you guys turn it around. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it.